Hey guys.
Hey, look it! It's a prom invite! Prom will be April 14th. Look out for your invitations in the mail. All juniors and seniors are invited.
Step 1, get your invitation.
Step 2, grab a date or a group of friends. Step 3, find a table leader, organize your paperwork.
Step 4, find 10 friends to sit at the table with you.
Step 5, come to the main gym at 4:30 and then we'll see you at the Crystal Gardens.
Yeah!
And we arrived in this tiny little village in a really remote part of Ecuador.
When I was 20, I decided to become a ballet dancer. People thought I was crazy.
I wanted to learn Hindi, which is different from my own language, which is Punjabi. So I went to India and I spent 2 months there.
Our language ability was definitely more the basics, I think, to get us around.
My German ability at the time was GCSE German. Ich habe einen Bruder und zwei Schwestern.
I saw this lovely blonde girl with a backpack. She looked really cute and I just had to speak to her.
The girl I usually dance with became ill. Her replacement was sturdy. She leapt onto my shoulder one too many times and burst the disc in my back.
So I realised at that point that we were stranded and there was just this one guy sat on the side of the road.
I thought, you know what, she needs help. She needs an interpreter and go and show me. Go for it.
Tentatively, I sort of approached this gentleman and just said, "Oh, disculpe, señor, ¿a qué hora va el último bus, por favor?"
I thought, well, let's go for it and see what happens, and I'm glad I did.
I was put in a rehab clinic for 6 weeks after my operation. No one in the rehab clinic spoke English.
No, there's no last bus. You've missed the last bus. And we were like, what?
How on earth am I going to communicate with my therapists? So I was confronted with a real problem. I had to get with the language.
And he said, oh, my friend drives the lechero, the milk truck. And if you're willing to stay and get up at 4 a.m. in the morning, you can travel with him.
Sometimes in life you get more than just the language. You might end up with a wife.
My German mobile phone starts ringing. And it's Uwe Heim of the Würzburg Theatre offering me a job.
If we hadn't learned Spanish, then we wouldn't have had this opportunity to meet this lovely, warm family and have that kind of authentic experience.
I spoke a language which I was still learning and I met the love of my life.
To encourage someone to learn a new language, I would say you're never going to waste your time doing anything like that. You're going to experience new cultures, you're going to find out things that you never knew before. Just taking that opportunity, that dare, to go and experience.
Pretty hot, I'm as happy as I can be. Whoa, boom, boom, and it's pretty zoom. Love is sweet, love is grand, it works one. We bop and it's pretty hot, I'll never be a millionaire. Whoa, boom, boom, and it's pretty zoom. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. I don't care. Changes. Don't tell them to blow up on all events. Change.